everyone. I wanted to get on here. I didn't get on here yesterday. I'm still not feeling great, but I wanted to do this painting as promised. Um, it's going to be an autumn scene, and I hope you enjoy this little thing here. Um, the paints that I'm going to be using, actually, I'm going to be using quite a bit of different colors here. Um, I have some cobalt blue. I have some chrome oxide green. We're going to be using some Mars black. I'm going to be using burnt sienna. Oops. Burnt sienna. Okay, I'm going to get rid of those out of there so that they can sit here. I'm going to be using a yellow, medium yellow. And I'm also going to try to be using, I'm going to use some of this also. This is cad yellow deep. And this is cadmium orange deep. And these are hues. These are Soho colors, and I like those. They're nice colors. They're usually nice. They're substantial. They're not like real liquidy. Like this one here is a liquidy color. And then I'm going to also be using my white, titanium white. So I hope you'll stick with me throughout this painting. I don't know how long this is going to take. I might divide it up into two depending on how far we get in a little short time here. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to color the background. Oh, I'm also using Chocola canvas panels. This is a 11 by 14. So, and I have my trusty little easel here. It spins if I want it to spin. So I'm going to be using that throughout the painting also. It's hard to get this centered, isn't it? All right. So I'm going to start out with this burnt sienna. I know I have some in here. Maybe I'll just try to use some of this. It'll come out. I don't know how much is in here. If there is any even in here. Yeah, it seems like it's not really too much in here. I don't know. Let's see. This is a Master's Touch. I believe it is empty. Sometimes, you know, like, well, there's like a little film here too. So let me see if that comes off and brings out the paint. Ooh. Yeah, there's not any in here, I don't think. No, okay. This is empty. Throw this out. I don't know why I keep them sometimes. We'll just use this one. It's a Deco Art Premium. No, they don't. I don't know that they make these anymore, Deco Art. I'm just going to use a bristle brush here, number 16. It's a cheap little brush. I'm going to put if you can see this, I'm going to be putting some water on this so that it kind of thins it down. Because we just want a thin coat. Maybe split this also. Just sort of like getting a back. I always like to even do this on a lot of my paintings now. It just gives it a little bit more vibrance. It's just a very thin layer, and it should dry pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm just under the weather a little bit. up to par right now. So I thought maybe just painting might help. Sometimes that's just all you need is a little bit of painting to kind of forget what's going on in your life. If you're a person of praise, please consider me in your prayers and my family. I would appreciate it. Just get some water out of here. Try to get this on. So this is like a very thin layer I am putting on here, as you can see. Not much to it. And today we're going to learn about perspective a little bit. And I'm going to dry this with the hairdryer, so you'll hear that, no doubt. I can't cut it out. I can maybe cut it out during my editing of this particular video. Good, all textured. Now, I'm going to get a pencil. Let's see here. I don't know if I want to use a white chalk. I don't know if it'll show up. Let's see. Well, it shows up a little bit. I really like to use like one of these. This is graphite, but it is activated by water. So let's see what happens here. I need a ruler. I want to get like a horizon line here. So let's see. We'll go up about 2 inches from the bottom. I better put a little one in here also. Yeah, I sometimes get really messed up around this time of year because I don't like winter coming, and just everything just puts me in the dumps. So I'm having some issues with that. I've always had to fight that, and sometimes artwork will help you. So this is about what I want. Oops, I missed that time out, didn't I? Let's see. Okay, Now, that's our horizon line, sort of like our horizon line. And I'm going to put a vanishing point right here, just for now. I might actually put it up a little further. I want to kind of like get a little bit of okay, I'm going to have this on here. So these trees are going to come down and kind of meet this one here. So I want that to be the sky. So let's see here. Okay, and this can be sort of rounded off. It doesn't have to be just like that. I think we'll place our little church right about here. And I'm going to give it about maybe 2 inches. Well, maybe 2.5. We'll make it a nice size church. Okay, so we're not going to do too much here with the right here with the perspective. Let's see here. So I came in 3 here, or 3 and almost 3.5, or 3.25. And this was 2.5. Okay, so let's go 2.5 here, just so I can draw a straight line, since I'm so horrible with that. Okay, go up a little bit. So we're just going to draw a little square-like type thing. Okay, so that's the church, and then we're also going to have like a little place where it comes, the door. Let's see. So we've got 2.5, about 1/8 here. Oh no, that's still no good. Let's come in like 5/8 here. Make the door. Let's come in 5/8 here. Wait a minute. Try to make it the same, so it's right here. I'm looking at from the nice size door so people can get into the place. Okay. So this is how I would go about doing something. And then the center of that is about, let's see. Oh, here it is here. It's almost an inch, so we'll just make it like that. That's the entrance. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now, but please forgive me. I don't know where I stuck my phone, but I guess that's not important. All right, so all right, that's the door. Okay, Let's see, I wonder, maybe this has to go this way. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to change that vanishing point because well, I guess it would give me a nice little church here. Church view. We're not going to go too far with this, but I just want you to see this is how I do it. And then I'm going to put your, right to that point, you're going to match up here. Oops. Okay. It's going back. And we'll just go to about right here with the church. And I'm going to just erase these little pieces right here, which will erase some of my, there. All right, so then we're going to kind of bring in, let's see, since this is the middle, seems like to be the middle. Let's see here, we got 2.5. So we've got, and I think I'd like to just follow this as my guide for my roof. Looks a little off there. You want it to be proportionally right. So all right, so now I'm going to do the roof part of this. Just going to go to the edge and then have this come down like sort of catty corner here. Match that. So there you got that church that has its little way of going here. Right up here, we're going to make a little cross. Just kind of put that in there. Now the windows. The windows, they're going to be a little tough for me, I think, because we get a rounded circle. Maybe it would be better to use oblong here. Okay, let's try this. Now, they're going to go up here. So we want to kind of have our, just a light line there. And they have to be on that angle also. So windows need to be the same as that. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw a couple lines. How wide should we make the, oops, that's definitely not straight, is it? As you can see. All right. So let's just measure. We want 3 windows in here, so how about we measure the windows to be a 1/2 inch, and then 1/2 inch apart, maybe that'll work. I think that almost works perfectly. All right. My lining is just no good. I think as you go further away, they should get smaller as well. So this is up close, so that's fine. But maybe just off a little bit. And then let's see if I can get a decent eraser. Just a little bit, they, you know, kind of get smaller. And not further away. Okay. Still can go 1/2 an inch, I guess. Whoops. But it'll be a little thinner. So now I have to make a curve on these windows. Let's see. Fits here. Yeah, this one seems to work. Smaller. Okay, so it would be nice to make these straight, right? Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm just teaching you a little bit more about perspective and how it works. Now, there are also windows over here, which are very small. They're very thin. And what I'm going to do is try to get these kind of close here. I'm going to meet that, possibly. Just trying to get it where I'm just going to freehand this in right now. So, because these are smaller windows, they are going to be shorter. I think this actually worked much better using the little curve here. Make sure these are the same. So the curve is going to hit right there. Sure. These have to come a little differently, actually. Okay. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to paint in a little, oh yeah, I want to get a little path in here also, I think. Because right in there, oh, let's not throw that out. We need to make a door. So let's just see here if we can get a door here. Okay. And this door, there's going to be like a little, it comes down here too. I just want to get that in. And, oh, it's going to go right into the window, which I don't want it to do. It should be higher. This door should be higher. Yeah, I think it should be higher. Let's see. It has to come above the windows. Let's see about this. gonna have to move the windows down. So. These don't look even anyways. They are not even. And this is the things that you go through when you're doing this, because you want it to be not like goofy looking. You want it to so right here is where that should meet. No. Wrong. I just want it to meet right. Okay, so then it goes this way, or no, this way, down. We're going to bring these windows down a little bit, just a tad. We don't want them up so high. And these are smaller windows here anyway, so, and then we'll increase the door size. All right, let's see here. Maybe if we bring the windows down to about here. Okay, well, they sort of do match up with that. Okay, so what we'll do is, let's see, just bring them to about here. Maybe a little over here, right here. Have the little rounded part right there. All right, now let's get the door up a little bit. No, actually, you don't really need it up that high. And then there's just a little rounded window up here. I think I want to put a rounded window up there, like a little peephole for the church. Just a teensy weensy thing. I might not even put that in. Let's see. All right. Get out everything that we don't need. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix a little bit of yellow and burnt sienna and some Mars black. We're going to paint in the roof. Okay. So we got that. Let's get our little... Okay, so we got the burnt sienna right there. Okay, we want some chrome yellow. I wanted you to be able to see this, so I'm going to pull this back. Okay. A little bit of yellow. And this paint is very, very thick. And some black. Just a tad of that. Just get that out right now. All right, so we're going to mix the yellow, one part, which I think would be right here. Oops, there we go. Some of this. They're equal parts. Let's get some more of that. Equal parts of those two. touch of black. Just a touch, because that's all you're going to need. It's almost like a green shade. But it's all like a darkish brown, actually. And we are going to do the roof. And I'm going to use my little angle brush here. I have a couple angle brushes. So let me just spritz this a little bit so it goes on easy. Okay, so let's get this roof in. Let's see here. We have our church on perspective, which is quite nice. Okay, so I'm just kind of bringing my brush strokes down. Sort of like how I think that the roof might be. Just lightly. All right. And let's get this one in. Well, I do want a path in here also, so we'll get that in a minute. Let's see. Okay. And let's see what other things here we can put this in. Probably could use a smaller brush for that. I'll get my paper towel set up here. I like the warmth that's coming through here with the background too. It's nice. Okay, let me get one of my small teeny weeny. This is a round, 0 round. Just gonna wet it a little bit. And that pencil that I used, when the water hits it, it dissolves. It's kind of a graphite kind of thing. Okay, and I'm going to do the windows in this shade. Also the door front. And there's just this teeny weeny little path here I want to put in. I think it's gonna kind of swirl out like, you have to remember that as you get further away, it gets larger when it comes more towards you. So it's going to start out here very small, and then it's going to turn and just get bigger like that. Using my angle brush again. Okay, let's get the windows. Look at the edges better with the other brush, the little one. Get rid of this. Get that a little bit more movable here. More blendable. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to put a little bit of glycerin out on my palette. Instead of using water, this might help a little bit more. Using just a little bit of glycerin in my paint. I don't want to lose that line that I have here. I hate that I have to draw this in. I'd rather it be painted in. So if you're interested in making this like a paint party, and you need the stencil or traceable for this, I can get that to you. You just have to contact me, and the tracing is $2 and it's downloadable. So what I want to do is get a baby wipe here. Where I messed up a little bit, I'm going to fix it. Let's see if I can get that off of there. Yeah, there we go. I'm sorry that I'm drawing this because I don't know how else to get that in there. If I put my brush out too far, you need more control here. Okay, let's get the little, I'm not sure if I want to keep this yet or not. We'll see. This little window up here and these ones. I should have moved this one over a little bit more. Let me wipe that off. Yeah. It needs to be closer to the door. I mean the edge of the. So let's see. This came in 3/8 off of the. So it has to start here. Okay, that's what was going wrong there. I knew there was something that wasn't right. Let's see, how big is that? That's 1/4 of an inch. There, okay. Much better, much better. Quarter of an inch line. Let's see, the top is right about here. Okay. All right. Get my trusty little eclipse here. Maybe this one here was better. I think. Here. Make this straighter. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. But you know, when you start to paint this and you see these little things, correct them, because you don't want your painting to be off in any way. And we're going to be covering some of this up here, so it's a little bit cleaner too. Okay. I'm going to outline this. Oh boy, this ought to be fun. Okay, so let's see here. I think this needs to be somewhat darker. Let's see if I can do this. Not too much. Maybe I'll get my little brush for this. Oops, there's my curve. Wet it a little. Go in here with a little bit of glycerin. Bring it to a nice point. And I'm going to use my elbow instead of my arm if I can. It's terrible when you have shaky hand. So we'll just use this nice roller. Not just new. That's a little bit better. Whew. Me and straight lines are just, they need to. And you know what? My teacher, I asked him one time, how does he draw straight lines? And he says, don't worry about it. He said, because it's so hard to do. I guess everybody else does it. But you still want something that's kind of straight. All right. In here. Get into those little edges. All right. Oh, I got to get the door. Got to outline the door too. You know what would be good too is if you have a brown, more, pen. I'm not going to do it that way. I think I'm just going to go, even if it is crooked, it's there. We're going to be painting over that anyway, some of it. So, okay. All right. So we got, wow, my camera's a little cockeyed here. Hopefully I don't lose you. Forward somewhat. Okay. Now, we're going to paint in the sky. And the sky, I want to kind of do a, let's see, I would like to do the sky in cobalt blue. So let's see here. I'm going to put a little titanium white out because cobalt blue is kind of strong. Let's see, hopefully I have enough room here. And our painting's small, so we really don't need a lot of a mixture, but you know, you don't want to have too little either, because the sky, you know, you want it to show up pretty good. Wipe off my palette knife. Oops! How about that? My palette knife, my fantastic palette knife that I bought years ago, just came apart. I bought this for a class that I was taking at community college. Clean my brushes. Sit here for a minute. All right. So let's just mix a tad of this blue into my sky mud paint. We'll see how it turns out. That little speck, I think we need a little more in here. Okay, we're just going to keep going until we get the color I want. I want the sky to be fairly blue. I don't want it like pale. Oh, that's still a little too light. this might be good. Let's see how it looks. Let's see how it looks up there. Okay, let's see. I'm going to use a flat brush this time. This is a 1/2 inch. Okay. I'm going to start over here on the left. Kind of just going zigzagging through those trees. Actually, it could be a little darker on this side. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll add a little bit more blue to it after I get this filled in. Now here I can hold my brush back and not draw as much. I'm just painting it. And it's so cool because that underpainting is showing through here, and that's what I like. That's to see that too. Gives it a little bit more diversity in the background, and just kind of just make a tree right here. All right, beautiful. Let's get a little darker here. I just want to get this one side sort of like dark and then let it blend into the lighter shade. Just a tab on the... All right, perfect. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, you're not even seeing that, are you? Oh, that's upsetting. I hate moving this camera too much because it just acts goofy once in a while, you know, and it shuts me out. Okay. And more of this lighter shade. Just kind of meet up with that. All right. Oh, that looks nice. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to shade out some of the trees with that brown. Well, actually, I want some of these trees to be a little dark and some are going to be lighter. So let me see where I want my trees. Well, around the church, let's start with that, I guess. Let's make some lighter trees around there. So what I'm going to do is get my white again. And I'm going to use that to kind of like make some bushy things around the church. Make sure my brush is clean. Okay. just to kind of get a little perspective on what's around this, because the church is the main point here, and we want the trees that are around the church to be a little lighter. So they're going to come in here. I'm just going to kind of make this light so that when I put my lighter color on, it will go on easy and it won't be so see-through. Just kind of gives me an idea where my trees are going to be here. Right in here, very close to the church. Whoops, it's not going to go over the church. Let's go down. Now, it's going to be different shades here, but like I said, I just want that that it's not going to just fade right into the picture here. Because there are some darker trees. Now I'm going back into my dark mixture. And right around some of this, I'm going to kind of darken it up. We'll mix a little bit more of this darker mixture. Now the paint is starting to dry. Kind of giving it some depth. Want some depth in here. And let's see, something around in here, a little depth. Okay, we'll get some depth in through here. A little in through here. Just gonna go over my roof again a little bit here. I like the way this color came up, so we're just gonna go over it a little bit. All right, same with the path here. Let's see if we can get that a little darker. Sorry if you can't see the whole thing. Doggone it. Okay. So, let's see. I want some oranger shades up in the top here. So I'm going to get some of my Cad Orange Deep out. Ooh, yeah. And I like that brush for the way that it's doing the texture of the trees. So I'm going to use that. Okay, so we're going to stipple in some orange trees up in through here somewhere. And it's just like how I was doing with that. Just tapping it in. Get a little bit of that brown mixture. Kind of give it a little bit of maybe one orange tree up in here. Just meet into this dark here. Okay. Oh, let's see. How about an orange tree? Let's put a little bit of an orange for here. I'm gonna come in here also with some orange. All right, I'm going to get a little yellow now. I'm going to get some yellow in here as it starts to come to life. I can open the lid. Here we go. Whoa, that came out pretty fast. No, the brush still has some of that orange in it, but that's okay because now it can blend a little bit with that. We need a little white with this. If we get to the top. I'm just making this very easy for you to paint. Put some yellow into this. And let's make that yellow come all the way over here. Okay. And I'd like to have this yellow around. Now this will be a little bit brighter. Then I might get my fan brush and really put some texture in here. It's definitely lighter around we want it lighter to bring out the church. Put some orange in there. It's cool. Going over some of the dark here because we want that texture in there, but we don't want it to be goofy looking either. Okay. I actually can go in and get some more of that. We're just pouncing the brush. Going in different directions. A little too much on the brush here. Kind of like dry brushing would be best. Picking up a little bit more orange here. Blends. Blending it right into the orange that we have here. I think that a red might be nice, a bright red, kind of like giving it a little bit more pizzazz. So I'm gonna maybe find that. Just work it in. See, I don't care for that too much, so I'm gonna see if I can get some more orange in here. Make this tree a little. Let's see here if I can get some of the brown that I made. A little bit of glycerin here. That depth there can be nicer. Let me see if I can find some red in my arsenal of paints. With orange. What's this? It's neon. Oh, let's see if I can find it in my other area here. Some bright red. Oh yeah, here we go. This is a cad red. If I can open it, we'll be set. I can't find my nutcracker. Things are harder to open when you don't have something to help you with it. Poop. Let me get something else because this isn't going to open, or I can't find my nutcracker. Open it. Primary red. That'll be good. Primary red. Yeah, it needs a little bit more interest here. This is primary red. It's a Liquitex Basic. I would like some red in through here. Some of the bushes that are around the church, but I can't paint into the church yet because I want that being last. So, but I think getting some red in here might really spruce it up a bit. Of course, we have to get the green in too. With the oxide green. Let's get some in here. To get some sky holes in here also. What's a sky hole? Huh? That's when you put the blue in some of these areas. Mix a little yellow with that green. Get some green in here. About right in here. Where it's starting to just turn. This here bush. And we can put a nice big green tree right in here. To the sky a bit. So that background is showing, so you want that underpainting to show a little. Let's get a little green in here. I mean yellow. Put some more of that red in. In here. Okay. And yellow and white. Now, because I don't have the church painted, I can't really do anything around the church yet. Let's get some more dark in here. I'm going to mix some more of that up. Orange seems to dry quickly. This yellow, I mean. We'll just put a little bit of this yellow in, a little different. A little tad of black. Sort of makes it a little dark green almost. Let me use a different brush. I'm going to use my bristle brush. Just kind of go in some areas here to separate things a little bit. This is still a separator right here. I'm just going very lightly, and it's almost like a dry brush that I'm using. Just kind of just giving a little bit of depth within this area. All right. I think for today, that's where we're going to be. And then in part 2, we'll finish it up. Finish it up. It has to dry. I want to like kind of lighten up some areas in some of this orange too while I'm at it. I just, you know, you see these things, you kind of want to just get it kind of like where the sun might be shining, you know. Even though it's a fall day, you still want some highlights in there. With all these bushes, we can vary it a little bit. Because we stippled it on, we just know kind of like where to put some of the lights, and where to put some of the darks and things. Because this is really a close place. It's pretty cool here. So, okay, we're going to stop for today, and then we'll finish it up in the next session. But it's looking pretty good right now, I think. So, until the next time, we'll, you know, finish it up, get it all done, and work on the church a little bit, and we'll be finished. It'll look really cute. So you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.